What's going on, everyone? As you all know, I am retarded, and I just made a video with no sound. Sorry about that. I won't make this very long. What I'm going to do is first just give you a piece of my mind, and then I'm going to show you something, that I've known all along, but, here we go. I'm going to show it to you. First of all, it's got to stop, man. The hype, the community, this is not a community. This is people that are on the outside creating deceptive content, and then they target people specifically like Boss Blunts, specifically like Trades, specifically like Matt Kors, and I do not care that I'm naming them out by their name. I don't care. They target them specifically because, number one, they know that they'll take the bait because they were going to further their own personal well-being, which is, again, there's nothing wrong with that unless you're dealing with other people's money in the stock market. I don't think that's right. So obviously you can have two things. You can go with the narrative or you can go against it. There's no one going against it except me, and I don't think anyone else is. Now, that's not the point. The point is that if you go with it, you lose. Because what do you hear? A bunch of noise. You get your hopes up over and over again. It never comes to fruition because they are doing this on purpose to keep you on the edge of your seat because they don't want you to know the truth. Because, again, you can sit on Reddit all day and speculate all you want, but until you dig dirty into the documents and read stuff, you're not going to learn anything. And it's apparent that's what's happening. So, I'm going to show you this real quick, and just please, for the love of God, just don't trust these people anymore. I don't even care if you don't watch me anymore. Just don't watch any YouTuber. Because they're the problem. The deceptive content is made from the outside and sold to the YouTubers. I've been approached by several media companies, several shill companies wanting me to push narratives. I've said no and to F you every time. Can't speak for anyone else, but we all know who's been on the news and what has came from it. Nothing, as far as you're concerned. It helped them pretty good, but in reality, it's pointless. But what's not pointless is this shit. So, again, we have all of the data from Vanguard's fund. Vanguard's fund, I talked about it yesterday. They have 9,251 holdings as of 11:30. The reason why it's as of 11:30 is because the OFR, the website that I was showing you yesterday with all of the repo participants that Vanguard Total World Stock ETF has inside of it, the liquidity fund right here. There's three of them with three different QSIPs, but the same name. I'll look into that later. But anyways, they have three holdings, market liquidity funds, which is a STIV. STIV means short-term investment vehicle. By definition, an overnight repo is a STIV. Now, in stocks, again, 9251 holdings. To get all this data transferred to Excel, they don't offer you a way to download it, of course. So I had to go to each page, next, until I got to all of them, copied them a page at a time, and here we are. So when we make a pivot table, this is all of their holdings in order from the most shares to the least. Look at the number two top shares that they have, the two companies or the two banks. Russian banks, VTB Bank and Russia TGKA. And, they have substantially more than the third most. This chart right here will actually graph it for us. And you can see that nothing else even shows up on the graph. So there's your hint right there that there's definitely cross-border economic cooperation going on. Now, to continue. And again, you can argue with this all you want if you're one of those people, but it's time to stop denying stuff and start working together like I thought we were all doing in the beginning of last year to find out what's really going on. But at some point, it all turned into no, let's just believe what Reddit says for no reason. And despite the mounds of evidence proving that they're wrong. But this is very easily proven. So we highlight all of the positions here, and this is just one fund of Vanguard. This is just one. They have several. This is just an example of the full picture of what it's likely to be. We highlight column A here. Actually, let's go ahead and delete this row 1. We highlight column A. We're going to alphabetize this now. Actually, you know what? Let's stay with the shares. So all we have to do is scroll down just to right here out of this 9,000. We're at the 275 position mark out of 9,000. And what do we see? Where is it? Right there. KY1844362, Evergrande Property Services Group, Ltd. They have 1.823 million shares. Like I said, they're all loading up at the bottom. And if you think Vanguard's the only one that has Evergrande, nope. They all have it. You can go look for yourself. It's public data. Now what we're going to do, highlight this again, hit Control F. We're going to go find all. They also are holding HK:3333, Evergrande. They have 890,000 shares of that. Position 605 out of 9,200. So now what we're going to do is highlight column A again. We're going to go to sort and filter from A to Z. We're going to go to the C. We're looking for CN. CN. Right there. Highlight these. So 1240. And I'm just going to read a couple of these for you because it is quite substantial. Wow, more than I thought. Okay, whoop, 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 whoop. There we go. Got it. So we have 1,005 positions. We're going to open a new sheet now, paste this, and I'm just going to read a couple of these to you. Actually, let's chart it to see what the most is, what the most they have. No, it gets to count a field of one. Get the hell out of here. There we go. So we have every sector of China you could ever imagine. This is all Chinese companies. You probably knew that by now. I was building up to it, but I suck at that. You have Huan Gold Corp. You have Shandong Human Smelting. You have Dahua Technology, Guangdong Tepai Group. You have everything you could imagine. China Transinfo Technology. You have insurance companies. You got pensions. You got CNS Paper Company. You got Titan Wind Energy. You got Loman Billions Group, Guangxi Technologies, everything. 1,005 Chinese positions from the Hang Seng market in every sector that you can imagine. So if this isn't enough to convince you that something is not right out there in the community that you think you're in, I think it's time that we all say we should take a closer look at what's going on. Because again, at the end of the day, what's the incentive for people to tell you the truth? There is none. So why do I do it? Because I said I would. I'm a man of my word. So if you think I've just been making this stuff up all year, I'm not. And I'm going to keep finding out more and more. I'm going to keep going against it. So you might as well join me, because we might as well figure out what's going on. And there's no one else helping me out here.